Good morning, Jefferson Jets. It is Monday, March 18th, 2019. I hope you had a great weekend. It is a C day and day 123. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, a moment of silence, and your Jefferson Jets pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the Jefferson Jets pledge. Jefferson Jets are respectful, safe, and kind. It is the Jefferson way to be our best every day. We are going to have a well-managed skill of the week, and your teachers are going to talk to you more about it today, but I do want to introduce it. I do want you to know that it is coming down. Our well-managed skill of the week is accepting no for an answer, and we are going to associate a word, so we're going to put a word that means something with accepting no, and it is going to be agreeable. We'll continue to focus on those all week, but just so you know, we are looking for that as a whole school. And we're going to continue with our celebration of Women's History Month. We're looking for champions of peace and nonviolence. And I'm very excited to bring you this video today of a high school student from Colorado, my home state. And she is just a wonderfully talented and very smart girl. So I hope you enjoy what she can do on the basketball court.
Yeah, if you haven't heard by now, Regis Jesuit High School has a very talented basketball player. Senior Fran Belibi hasn't been playing the game for very long, but she's certainly leaving her mark one dunk at a time. I caught up with her this week to talk about her love of the game and what she hopes to do with the sport after high school. This is not your typical story about a girl that grew up playing basketball.
They said, have you heard of this Fran Belibi? And I said, never heard of her.
I've always wanted to play because I used to watch a lot with my dad.
Did you know she's coming to Regis? I said, no idea who she is.
I was like, wow, I'm pretty tall. I feel like I could be good at this.
Well, she said she can dunk. And I said, well, send me a photo. So they sent me a little clip of her dunking a volleyball. And I was like, oh my.
My parents didn't really let me until freshman year, and I was like, I'll just play with the high school. You don't even have to worry about dropping me off. I'll just stay after school. You don't even have to come to any games. It's it'll be okay.
I said, well, you have a gift. And she goes, oh, I do. I said, there's no girls that can dunk in high school in Colorado.
And then I made the team, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Fran went from never playing organized basketball to having to learn all the rules in a short amount of time.
She's like a sponge. You just tell her and she'll take it. But the difference is she masters it within a day or two, and that's scary.
Then, in her sophomore year, she made history, becoming the first girl to dunk in a Colorado high school game.
First one, I wasn't thinking about it. I just got the steal, and there was no one in front of me, and I just went up, and I don't even know what was going through my mind. I just went up and did the dunk, and I was like, oh, cool. But then all the other ones, I was consciously thinking okay, I can dunk it on this one.
Yeah, that's right. All the other ones. That was not a one-time dunk for Fran.
It's just a weird feeling of being so high in the air that your hand is above the rim, and then you're grabbing the rim, and then you come down and you're like, wow, I was that high. And it really scares the other team too. So it's that really gets them in their heads, and then they start playing bad, and I'm like, perfect. It's now we can win.
She's dunked several more times since then, including this year when she threw down what some believe to be the first ever one-handed alley-oop dunk in a girls' high school game.
So we were practicing it before the game, and we were okay, this is a game, it has to happen. And we both said it to each other, but we didn't really actually think it was going to happen. And then it happened, and we were like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Like some of the other slams, this one also went viral, grabbing the attention of some big basketball names like Isaiah Thomas and D. Wade, all giving her a shout out on social media.
Someone showed it to me, and I was like, this is so cool. These are the top athletes in this sport, and they're shouting me out and appreciating something I'm doing. So it was absolutely amazing.
However, with all the national recognition Fran receives, she still remains humble thanks to her family and teammates.
All my friends are like all these amazing athletes, and they're like amazing basketball players in their own right, and they're like, oh my God, you're like a star, like you're famous, can I be you? And I'm like, yo, chill, like it's just me.
But get this, she's not just athletic, she's a star in the classroom too. Fran scored a 35 on her ACT, and she's going to play basketball in the fall at Stanford. After that, she's going to the pros, right?
No, I want to be a doctor.
That passion of wanting to help others comes from her parents, who are also doctors, and she hopes to follow in their footsteps and become a pediatrician.
The WNBA and being a doctor really clash. There's a lot of school involved, and the WNBA doesn't really allow for that.
I'm hoping she uses her gift to show millions of little girls what they can do, and then become a doctor and pediatrician and follow her mom's footsteps.
Now, March, Fran will be participating in the Powerade Jam Fest before the McDonald's All-American game. She'll be the only girl competing in the slam dunk contest. Also, the Bolivia basketball story does not end with Fran. She has a younger sister, Hannah, who is in 7th grade. She plays basketball and can almost dunk. That interview up on my Facebook and Twitter. You have to check it out.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that. We have 2 shout outs. We have one to the New Britain High School boys basketball team. They finished 2nd in the state in a game yesterday in which they lost, but that is an incredible performance by them. And if you know anybody on that team, make sure that you say congratulations, because that was an awesome run that they just had. And then I don't get to do this often, but I wanted to give a shout out to my homeroom class. They went down and helped Miss Ray and Miss Clark do some work on their portfolios, and they helped some of the kindergartners out, and it was fantastic to see. So my class, great job. We have some birthdays to celebrate. Ariadna Valenzuela, Mamoon Ali, and Donovan Arroyo. An update, leadership will meet this Friday in room 14 at 12:15. And for grades 4 and 5, there is band tomorrow, so make sure to bring your instruments. And then finally, be great today, Jefferson Jets. Choose happy, and have a marvelous Monday.